Food provides us the nutrients and energy we need to survive. Creating a plan with a balanced diet of all food groups is considered to be healthy eating. After all, the foods we eat have a great effect on our health and quality of life. There's lots of research that continues to link serious diseases to having a poor diet. A good balanced diet can help with everything from brain function to physical performance. Add exercise and good sleeping habits, and you have the perfect trifecta for good health. My name is Ronika Jacobs, and you found my podcast, Strive for More, Your Best Life Now. While there are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, you've taken the time out to listen to this one. So for that, I would like to say thank you. So without any further delay, let's get to it. Let's strive for more. This is episode 207. Sustainable eating is healthy eating.
My next guest, Melanie Raby, is helping people strive for more in the areas of nutrition and fitness. Melanie is a nutrition consultant and Zumba instructor. She is the author of Cooking Made Practical, Help Me Cook So I Don't Overeat, a recipe book that guides you toward healthy meal ideas that are still delicious. In this episode, she will tell us a little about her journey into her passion for nutrition and fitness and how she adapted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Hi, Melanie. Thank you so much for being on my show. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Man, how did you get interested in nutrition and wellness?
Well, the idea came about when I started teaching Zumba, and I became a certified Zumba instructor. I would notice after class, many of the members would come up to me and, just to mingle a little bit, but they would ask questions about nutrition and what to eat and things like that. And I realized I knew what I did to stay healthy and what I ate, but I realized I wasn't knowledgeable to know what they need to eat for their individual bodies. So I would give them general advice about what I did, but I felt like I needed to educate myself more about what an individual would need for their body type. So I had decided long ago that eventually I would get my nutrition certification, and the opportunity came last year to do so. So I followed through and got my certification, and here I am.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in thinking about what other people eat, and it may not be best for them, and then that led you to that path. So I've heard this saying that you are what you eat. What exactly does that mean?
Well, basically, you are what you eat. That's just a metaphorical expression, referring to whatever you put into your body will be the outcome of your life and how you feel and what you think, and not just with food. That could be anything that you look at with your eyes or what you watch, what you listen to. Anything that you input into your body, whether it's toxic or whether it's healthy for you, will result in how you feel, how you think, and your behavior. So if, for example, if I'm eating junk food consistently, most likely I won't feel good about myself, just sluggard in my mind and my thinking. So it's very important, what we eat and what we put into our bodies.
Oh, man. Well, I know I try to make sure I'm, being careful about the foods that I eat, and I try to eat my salads. I have been drinking this collagen water lately because, of course, we want, as a woman, I want glowing skin. Are there any foods that you can eat that will also create this effect?
Definitely. I highly recommend, for that glowing skin, we all know that staying hydrated and drinking the adequate amount of water is the best way to get glowing, clear skin. Also, maintaining a balanced diet and making sure you're including plenty of fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables contain antioxidants. And those antioxidants help to remove free radicals from your body. And those free radicals, they eat away at your cells, and they could damage your skin cells. So drinking plenty of water, eating your fruits and vegetables, the adequate amount each day will definitely help you to have glowing skin.
Wow, I never thought about that there could be something in our food that we could be eating that could be damaging our food cells.
Absolutely. And then you have people who have allergies as well. So you need to be knowledgeable about what foods you can and can't eat. If you have certain allergies that will cause your skin to break out, that's important to be mindful when you're in your diet.
Got it. So everyone is focused on making sure they're building their immune system to not get sick. Of course, we're all washing our hands, and there's more encouragement, to wash your hands, social distancing.
Right.
Are there any foods that you can eat that will boost your immune system?
Sure. Basically, just maintaining a healthy immune system requires that you maintain a nutrient-rich, balanced diet. Of course, with your fruits, your veggies, your meats, if you're a meat eater, and there are particular vitamins that are on the top of the list that would help having a healthy immune system. You have your beta carotene, your vitamin C, vitamin D, your zinc, protein. Those types of vitamins are very important to have in your diet, and they definitely help you to maintain a healthy immune system. I'd highly recommend.
Okay. Now, you mentioned if you're a meat eater, there's nutrients that come from meat that you can eat to keep you healthy and build up your immune system.
Right.
Of course, there's this new craze of people being vegan. Should we really be vegan? Why do some people feel it's bad to eat animals or byproducts of animals?
Yeah, very controversial. There are pros and cons to veganism. One thing I can say, veganism has proven to help to improve or to decrease the risk of obesity, diabetes type 2 type of situations, and it can also be an issue if you're not careful. For example, there's 3 main types of reasons why people become vegans in the first place. You have your animal rights advocates. People do it for religious reasons or health reasons. My take on that is, if you decide to become a vegan or any type of restricted diet that causes you to deplete yourself of any of the 5 main food groups, you need to make sure you have a well thought out plan of how you're going to replace those important nutrients in your body. Because whenever you deplete yourself of a food group, you're depleting important nutrients that the body needs. So you need to be, for example, Ray is on social media. Ray has lost weight, and he's a vegan, and then here you go and say, I want to become a vegan too. Well, that may not work for you. So most people who are successful with any type of restricted diet, they have a plan. They've received guidance from their health provider. Some people say, well, you could take supplements and vitamins to replace it. Well, that's not always wise as well without guidance, because you can overdose on vitamins and supplements as well. So the important thing is that you maintain a balanced, nutrient-rich diet that will meet the individual health needs, the needs of that individual, to make sure that you're making the right decisions for your body type.
The right decisions from your body type. That makes so much sense.
Right.
Now, when it comes to decisions, I don't know if the listeners out there are kind of like me lately. We've been stuck at home, so the snacks have been calling my name.
Right.
So I don't know if anybody else is like that.
Well, it's all about being wise. For example, when you talked about the craze, people are fearful, especially when it comes to pesticides and hormones and other chemicals that animals and plants are being, processed with. I think people just had this scare in the last 10 years about, I don't want to eat meat because it's not good for you. Well, if you are a meat eater, you need to be wise. If you go to the grocery store, you need to think practical. Instead of depriving yourself, think practical. Hey, is it organic? Is it fresh meat? Is it lean cut? Just finding those healthy alternatives to eat the things that you love to eat but that won't be harmful to your body at the same time.
That makes sense. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, summer 2020 is coming, right? Or it's pretty much almost here. Okay, and as we're venturing back out into the world, we want that summer body, right? Hot girl summer, hot boy summer, right? So,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
People may be scared, still to go back to the gym. So are there any free, gym-free tips you can share on getting that summer body, but without making a bunch of orders from Amazon and Academy.com and get a whole gym built in your house and order a bunch of exercise equipment?
Right. Well, first of all, if you're the type of person you really don't like to work out as much or don't work out as regular, which, everyone needs to find that balance. First of all, you need to watch what you eat because 80% of your weight goals is the result of what you eat. And another thing is because of the whole quarantine situation and gyms closing down, even though a lot of them have opened up again, a lot of people have found access to online classes. I would take advantage of those online workout sessions. So many of them are free now. I myself do free Zumba classes. I have a Zumba group that I have on Facebook. There's apps. There's YouTube channels. So there's all different types of ways where you can find a way to work out. For those who are not ready to go out into the world yet, there is a way to have a gym-free way of getting that body in shape.
Right. Well, I must ask you, how did you cope? Because I know you love going to the gym and working out. That's important to you. And then, you have to go to the grocery store, to get the ingredients to make sure you're eating healthy. So how did you cope during the COVID-19 stay-at-home order?
Actually, the whole COVID-19, stay-at order kind of worked out for my good. First of all, I'm a super introvert. I like being at home naturally. So when I had to do any work online or virtual classes, that helped me to manage better. I was able to work and plan in quiet. Of course, I have a cookbook, and I do cooking demonstrations with my YouTube channel. So it was fun for me. I was able to be productive. I went out to the grocery store with a plan of all the things I needed. So it just allowed me to be myself in my comfort zone and just be productive in doing things I love to do. So COVID-19, the whole quarantine thing kind of worked out for my good. I can't complain about that.
Especially as a small business owner, it's really great. Yeah. And that's just, lets you know, it's basically the difference between whether or not you have longevity, right?
Right.
So I know you give Zumba classes, and traditionally Zumba classes are, people come to you and they take the class because they follow along. So how did you, I think I heard you say you were still doing your Zumba classes. So what did you do? How did you still offer Zumba classes during this time when everyone was at home and they couldn't get out?
Okay, so in the past 2 years, I've been working for a private gym in Houston, and I also teach for the school district. I did 2 classes a week where the employees would come to me, of course. So during COVID-19, I transitioned to online virtual classes. So to make it easy for those who were not able to come in person. So just basically transitioning online during virtual classes is basically what I've mostly been doing. And we're getting ready to start back up in June with summer classes. So if anyone is interested in joining, you can follow me on Facebook, and I know we'll probably talk about that later. Join the group, and I give access to the class schedule, the times, and the code and everything for the Zoom classes.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing all of the great tips and information about nutrition and, the things that you can do at home to get that summer body to be a hot girl, for the summer or a hot boy for the summer. All right, this last question, it has nothing to do with nutrition or fitness. It's a question at the end, I always like to ask my guests just a random question on a topic that has nothing to do with the topic they are talking about. So if you could go back to visit your younger self, what would you say to a young Melanie? What would you tell her?
Well, you know what? I would tell Mel, hey, Mel, you will get there when you get there. I think that would be something I would have to tell the young me. You will get there when you get there. I have always suffered with anxiety. Just trying to control everything, being anxious, trying to make things happen in my own strength. And I'm a believer I've had to learn how to trust God, and over time I've learned when you allow him to lead and guide your life, you will begin to see your dreams unfold little by little. And things that you stressed about, you no longer have to stress about because you're trusting in him to help you to bring it to pass. And so if I would have known that back when even in my early 20s, I probably would have been far along in where I am right now. So that is definitely a life experience that I've learned, that you will get there when you get there. I wasted a lot of time, being stressed out and just worrying about my future. What if this doesn't happen? What about that? And I just started to see things happen in its time. So I would definitely tell that to my young self, just to encourage myself that you will get there. And anyone else that's having these same challenges, you will get there when you get there.
You know what? What a word, Melanie. What a word. Yes, we all have to learn to be patient and realize that if it's for you, then it absolutely is for you. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, anytime. Please, can you do me a favor, and can you take the time to let everyone know how they can get your recipe book and watch your cooking channel on YouTube, or even take one of your Zoom classes? Can you let them know that?
Absolutely. So in order to purchase my book, first of all, I highly recommend my book, Cooking Made Practical. I'm not really a big fan of restricted diets. I'm a fan of practical eating. I believe that you can eat foods that you enjoy, but using healthy alternatives for your choices that you make. So it's called, subtitled, Help Me Cook So I Don't Overeat. So I highly recommend it. It's not just an ordinary recipe book. It's actually a chapter book as well. I talk about my experiences, my past, and things like that. So I highly recommend getting this book as a great encouragement. You can go to my website, melrabybaby.com, MELRABY, baby, BABY.com. I have 3 different links where you can order on Amazon, Lulu.com, or you can PayPal me and purchase the book. So if you purchase the book today, you get a free tote bag, Cooking Diva bag. And also, if you're listening to the podcast when it comes out and you're still interested, I'll still offer that deal to anyone that wants to buy the book. For my Zumba classes, please follow me, Mel Raby, on Facebook at Mel Raby. You will see my logo with the lady holding the bowl of fruit. Go ahead and add me as a friend. I'll accept, and then I'll invite you to the class if you're interested in the Zumba classes. You can also email me, mrraby8830@gmail.com. Please email me of any inquiries you may have, or if you're interested in the class, or if you're interested in nutrition consulting. I also do nutrition consultations, and I offer 20-minute free consultations on my website, so you can sign up for that as well. And also follow me on Instagram at RabyGirl8830.
Melanie, thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
I hate to cut this conversation short, but that's our time.
Yes.
Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bottom line, calories and energy balance are important no matter the composition of your diet. Be sure you speak with a health professional or nutritionist before beginning any diet program. Some diets may not work well with your body type and could cause more harm than good. Work towards drinking an appropriate amount of water, controlling your portion intake, and getting at least 30 minutes of exercise. That can be a start to reversing some damaging health ailments. Just be sure that whatever you do is sustainable and consistent. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to visit any of the websites or information that Melanie gave in her episode, make sure you go over to my website at www.striveformorepodcast.com and visit the show notes. All the information that she shared is listed there. If you would like to send me an email, or you have a suggestion or a guest for my show, please send me an email at striveformore@email.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us on Instagram at strive_4.more. And you can find us on Facebook at Strive for More Podcast Show. Thank you so much for listening. Continue to strive for more and live your best life now. See you in the next episode.